Are you with me? But God, can I just take a detour? Well, if you take that detour, how you going to find your way back? Because pretty soon you're going to lose your way and you're not going to know how to get back unless I come get you. How many people we know have backslid? And they make excuses. And sometimes it's not an excuse, it's just, I don't know how to get back. I don't even believe God will take me back. And God says, don't speak for me. Don't speak for me. I can speak for myself. Are you with me? Don't you know that you people are God's temple and that God's Spirit lives in you? 1 Corinthians 6:19. Or don't you know that your body is the temple for the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, who lives inside you, whom you received from God? The fact is, you don't belong to yourselves. When you are in harmony with Yahweh, you seek after the things that pleases Him and not after your own pleasure. When you seek after fulfilling your own desires, you move into the worship of self or idol worship. Look at what 2 Corinthians 6 says. What agreement can there be between the temple of God and idols? See, here's why you'll find a person who moves into an area where they're trying to please self, and there's this confusion. They're going back and forth. They're going back and forth. Oh, I don't know what to do. I want to do this, but I can't. Oh, man, God. Oh, God, there's this confusion. You see, it's designed to be confusing. Because when you're seeking after self, you don't care about what other people think. But then when your feelings kick in and you start caring about what other people think, and then you start feeling what you did when you was in that state of I don't care, and now you feel bad about it, you see? And that's where you just start messing, your mind just gets all messed up. Now you got to find a drink. You got to find a drug. You got to find somebody who's going to tell you what you want to hear, even though you know they're lying to you. And you be saying, shut up, you just lying. I know you lying. Oh, I ain't lying. Yes, you are. You lying, but tell me more. Whisper sweet nothings. And that's exactly what it is, nothing. But at that point, you know, nothing from nothing leaves. Now, I started with nothing. He says, what agreement can there be between the temple of God and idols? For we are the temple of the living God. Say that with me. I am the temple of the living God. As God said, I will house myself in them, and I will walk among you. I will be their God, and they will be my people. I mean, think about this. God Himself wants to live in you. How can you say you no good? God says, hey, I want to live in you. And if you aren't any good, when I come in and live with you, what's going to happen? I'll turn your stinky self into a sweet-smelling savor. Are you hearing me? I'll make it all right. But that's what He wants to do. When you are not in harmony with Yahweh's way, you are in harm's way. That's a classic. I just made that up this morning. It's already a classic. If you are not in harmony with Yahweh's way, you are in harm's way. You see the root word of harmony? See? When you're not in Yahweh's way, you are without money. I just made that up. Yahweh intends for us to work with him, not against it. We are to be co-laborers with Messiah. This is what all this stuff I'm giving. That's why you got all these scriptures up here, folks. 1 Corinthians 3:9. For you are God's co-workers. You are God's field. You are God's building. You are a worker with God. You are in the field with God. You are in the building with God. You are in the house with God. See, when God's in the house, you in the house too. If God is not in the house, your house is a dog house. It really is. It's just all messy up in there. But when God's in the house, he just comes in and gets things in order. He gets things cleaned up. He makes adjustments. Where stuff is out of whack, where things are wrong, God just makes the wrong right. He puts that which is out of whack back in whack. And it's not whack if God put it there, right? Why y'all messing with me this morning? Love you, baby. 1 Corinthians 6:1. As God's fellow workers, all these scriptures is confirming what I'm saying to you. As God's fellow workers, we also urge you not to receive his grace and then do nothing with it. Listen, if God has given you favor, what are you doing with it? Oh, can I just talk about this for just a moment? When God gives you favor, listen, you have favor from on high. What that means is that God is with you no matter where you go. And if he's with you, he's more than the world that is against you. But if you don't walk in this favor, if you don't walk in this grace, see, when you walk in the favor and the grace of God, like Moses, when Moses came to that Red Sea and he put that staff in that Red Sea and that sea parted, and he touched that rock with that staff and the water came out. When he prayed and the quail came and the manna came, Moses did supernatural things. Moses was a miracle worker. But he was working in harmony with God. That's what he was doing. God says, Moses said, God, the people are hungry. God says, I'll feed them. He says, tell the people, I'm going to send you some stuff you've never seen before, called manna. They went out and it was raining food. God knows how to rain food in your life. They were out in the desert. Said, Moses, we thirsty. God, the people are thirsty. Touch the rock with the staff. Water came out of a rock. Now, I don't know how water come out of a rock. I didn't know rocks can even hold water. But water came out the rock. What did Moses do? Moses did what God told him to do. Moses had gotten used to this because before he sent him to Pharaoh, he had Moses demonstrate some things right at the bush. Put your hand in your coat. Take it out. Put it back. Throw the stick down. He gave him training. Says, now you just do this when you go to Pharaoh. just do this. And not only that, I got some more tricks in my bag. I'll confound Pharaoh and all his magicians. And just as God would confound Pharaoh with Moses, he'll confound those who oppose you. What's the point in having God's favor and not doing anything with it? When you determine in your heart, I am a spirit who dwells in a body. I'm not here to satisfy my own flesh. But when I satisfy God, God will satisfy this flesh of mine. You need a man? Please God. You need a woman? Please God. You hungry? Please God. You need some money? Please God. You hear what I'm saying? He'll bring you a man. He'll bring you a woman. He got money because you got to get in harmony.